major shifts are happening in real estate. I'm with Investor Plus. This is my seller-facing brand. You need to get t-shirts. Jason, you and I will get on that. We know a lot of the hedge funds, their buy boxes, their buying criteria, how they underwrite their deals is changing. And you can see this 100% with Zillow getting out of the iBuying game. They were buying more homes in the last 3 months than they did in the last 18 months. They were purchasing over 60% of their inventory right now in Arizona is on the market, and they overpaid, I think 10 or 15% over, and they dropped at 4.5% of what their previous purchase price was. So they're losing money left and right. And so that's why they just halted it all together. So what does that mean for, scrappy investors like you and I? Well, it means anyone can fail. It means that just because someone has billions and billions of dollars doesn't necessarily mean that they can compete with you. It's kind of like the David and Goliath story, right? So the point is though, do not get prideful, do not get overinflated in thinking that you're too smart to fail. Even if you've done 100 deals or if you've done 10 deals, make sure you're always underwriting deals, always negotiating deals, making sure you're not overpaying for deals, and you'll always have a margin of safety. Wouldn't it be better to do 100 deals at steeper discounts than 500 deals at, razor thin margins? It would be, but Zillow chose not to do that. And that's why they got crushed.
You're gonna crush it today.
And that's not just for Zillow. That's also for other hedge funds we're working with. Their buying criteria is changing. How they're running scopes of work, how they're doing the renovation costs is changing. And so it's shaking up. It's shaking up the industry for sure. So make sure you underwrite your deals well. Don't overpay. If a seller's not interested in selling for a discount, that's fine. Follow up with them in 3 months and then move on to the next deal. Another agent wants to work with us to JV a deal nearby. And I said, hey, well, look at this house. It's similar square footage, condition, beds, baths. It's sitting there for $277. It's been there for 100 days. So even if we get it to that similar condition, beds, baths, square footage, we better be 30 grand less than them if we're gonna move the deal, right? And that's an iBuyer. That's $1 billion company, multi-billion-dollar company. Anyways, yeah. Okay, today I'm gonna share with you another deal we just did. This is a deal we did. We're doing about 5 to 10 deals a month, looking to scale that to 15 to 20. It's a deal out in Parkville, Missouri, which is a little bit north of the river here in Kansas City. And essentially, acquisitions guy was just following up. Jared, where did you find that deal at? Parkville, Hidden Valley.
Hidden Valley was SMS Blast.
SMS Blast. Yeah. Okay. Found that deal through SMS text blasting, which if you don't know what that is, there's a couple different platforms, like Chirpa, Batch Leads. If you want to reach out to, which one we use, I can send you my promo code, my link. You get like a couple months free. You get some benefits. SMS texting, you're texting sellers directly, pulling lists. Seller was interested. My junior acquisitions, younger brother, Quest, not here. He is sick actually right now. He was warming up the conversation.
It's gonna get hot, baby.
Jared then got on the phone, met the seller at the property, and we got it for $173,500. The ARV is like $275. So great job from acquisitions team getting a deal with plenty of margin on it. There was even a room for a 4th bedroom conversion to even get a little bit more upside on it. Yeah, so they got it for a good deal. We started actually marketing it to a local, not a local, but a hedge fund we sold a lot of our local deals to. We had a really big spread on it, potential spread on it after they go do their third-party inspection. And it just didn't pan out. They just beat up, third-party inspector beat up the property, just jacked up the scope of work. We decided before we even knew 100% what they were gonna give us on it, because we wanted to do right by the seller, and we had good margin on it. We were gonna continue to put feelers out for other investors, other buyers. Yeah, anyways, we've actually put it out to our premium buyers to buy a lot of deals from us, and it just wasn't a good fit for them for whatever reason. Well, we still believed in the comps and our own internal underwriting on it, that we knew this was a good deal. Found actually a buyer through Facebook. So, found an investor right on Facebook. We posted the deal on there. They're not like a big fund, but they're just building a living, doing 1 to 2 flips a month. They were easy to work with, got the deal done, did a little back and forth negotiation, and then we closed, I guess it would have been a week and a half ago, and we made 18 grand on that one deal. yeah, that was just a little daily deal review. One of the wholesale deals we did, found it through SMS, negotiated it, blasted it out through different platforms and softwares we use, ended up finding the investor on Facebook. So the whole point of that summary is make sure you are marketing, finding sellers, negotiate, build rapport. And then secondly, don't forget to market it on every platform you can think of. If your premium buyers don't like it, don't get scared or discouraged. Keep calling people, keep texting people, keep finding an investor or JV with people like me that have big buyers lists. So yeah, that's the daily deal review. Oh, is it with Gary Vee and everyone?
Yeah.
I saw that. Oh man, I wish I could have gone to it. That's what I wish. Truth be told, you wanna know what people really wanna know? They want to know what's going to be the next hot crypto or the next hot NFT. They really honestly don't care much about technology, and that's kind of my beef with the space. And I am 100% guilty.
Guilty.
That is also my thing. I want to know what's going to be the hot next trend and the hot, for Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFTs. I want to know because I always want to stay ahead of the curve. Like I want to be in the know of where innovation's heading. And that includes real estate, that includes blockchain, that includes everything, in the wholesale business and the flipping business and multifamily apartment buildings and property management software to underwriting, everything. Like everyone wants to be on the cutting edge. Everyone does.
Do you think crypto is a culture? Or how does crypto play into culture?
I would say it's a community. I definitely think it's like a diehard community and it's becoming I would call it more of a movement. I call it more of a movement than a culture. I mean, it's kind of a revolution more than it is, and maybe that's a little too far, but it's definitely a movement. It's becoming a revolution if you see the disruption that is taking place in all industries. When it comes to blockchain, open ledger system, right? Where it's being spent, where transactions are done, it's open, you can't hide. So people can't evade taxes, scams can't happen, the government can't print off money, right? Like that's the idea of Bitcoin, which maybe most people don't know, is there's a set amount of Bitcoin that will ever be made, ever, right? So I think it's like 28 million, I'm not 100% sure about that, fact check me. It's a certain set amount, and that's it. So like US dollar, they can just go press a couple buttons, print a bunch of money. Can't happen with Bitcoin. Oh yeah, November 17th, later this week, next week, we are having, I guess, like a cryptocurrency / blockchain expert come and speak. So I'll try to get some content or ask some good questions. So if anyone has any questions, let us know and we will ask them. I have a crypto goal. I don't know if I've actually shared that with you.
No, I don't think you have.
Ideally, I'd love to own more cryptocurrency and lever against it. Like people do properties. People are like, oh, you can't loan against Bitcoin. Not true.
Fake news.
I actually heard Grant Cardone say it yesterday. So that's not his space he plays in. Hopefully I'll do an interview with Grant Cardone someday. So, however, he was incorrect.
Fake news.
In the fact that you actually can loan against Bitcoin. Most people don't know that. You can loan against crypto. I think it's like 50 to 60% of the value. So like let's say I have 2 Bitcoin, they're both worth 50K. You can go and put it in different cryptocurrencies to where they will actually give you like $50,000, 50% of whatever it's worth, to where you can actually use that as fiat, like cash. So the idea would be if I owned more Bitcoin, I could use that and go get cash for it and basically have, let's say, 10 Bitcoin. By that time, it'll all be worth 100 grand for sure. But then you have $1 million that then you hold in Bitcoin that grows or goes like this, but then you can use cash to flip properties and stuff like that. So like that's the bigger vision for how like it real world applies to the wholesale business and the flip business and everything else we do. Well, if you found anything that I just shared insightful, informative, helpful, please like and subscribe, follow the journey. We're gonna be shooting more videos ridiculously consistently now. Me and my team are extremely optimized. Just, if you think this stuff's dope, like and subscribe. All right, guys, deuces.